Namaskar, good morning, Ram Ram. You are watching our channel ACS Pro. First of all, happy Shivratri to all. And today we are going to talk about very complex conjunction to analyze. That is a Rahu Mercury conjunction, uh, and that is going to happen on 31st of March from 31st of March to 6th June. 68 days. Very complex to understand because Rahu and Mercury are friend or not. This is first question. And secondly, Rahu and Mercury when come together, what they will bring for all 12 signs, which we are going to tell you in a few minutes. And Rahu and Mercury both say that their day is Wednesday. Now, this is very serious thing and very thing which is, I think, difficult to understand for all astrologers. Let's welcome Akash Chauhan from Calgary, Canada to easy all things to understand in a better way. Akash ji, happy Shivratri. Om Namah Shivaya.
Namaskar.
So
Rohit,
Akash ji, on 31st March, Rahu and Mercury will come together. In
Rohit,
each
it's
house,
a
they will
lot of
give different results.
yes, a lot of very different theories about Rahu and Mercury. Okay, some say that Rahu is exalted in the house of Mercury. Some say that Rahu is debilitated in the house of Mercury, and there are so many ways. The Rahu and Mercury are best friends, and some say that Rahu and Mercury does this and that. So overall, we have to understand the nature of Mercury and the nature of Rahu to understand both of them and their nature. Even if they are together, right, it will never change. So Rahu and Mercury. Mercury is the planet of intelligence. Mercury is the planet which gives you wisdom. Mercury is the planet which helps you take decision. It is seen that how you speak, what you speak, your communication. It is the planet of communication. It is the planet which gives us this social media and everything. And Rahu also somewhat is the same kind of a planet. Okay, it rules illusion. It rules um, or new age media. It rules your brain as well, because you, when Rahu is bad or good in your chart, that is the you will take decision according to Rahu's will. That is what it is said in our granthas. And even if we see Rahu and Mercury when they are together, so they might give very bad results or very good results. Now we have to also understand that unless and until Rahu and Venus, Rahu and Mercury, unless and until Rahu and Mercury are in close conjunction, like under 10 degrees, then that is the time we have to be worried about for getting the best or bad or good results. Now here, Rohitji, I have prepared for each ascendant. There is a very different kind of transit. It's a same transit but very different kind of energies, because Rahu is in Aries. Mercury is getting into Aries from its debilitated position. Um, Mars has exchanged the house with Mercury. Okay, so there is even house parivartan. Then Mercury will also become retrograde in the middle. Then Sun will also come in Aries and get exalted there. Then Jupiter will also come to Aries and make Guru Chandal Yoga. So lot of things happening in these 68 days.
I think this is very tricky situation to predict this time because this 68 day lots of things will happen as you told that if we start from the Aries ascendant, let's start with that. If I can briefly tell about Aries ascendant, that Rahu is already there from last 1 year and
Yes.
creating so many stress on the mind. Even Aries people can think about that, oh, I have a stress because of this, I have because of this.
Yeah.
And now this Mercury is coming here, and in April Sun will come there, which is the extreme enemy of
I will.
Rahu.
I think Rohitji, I will show you. I will show you the chart because it's very clearly I have written so that everyone can understand what is how their next few months look like. Right?
So
The
this is
next,
for the Aries ascendant. Whoever
yes,
is Aries ascendant,
yes,
please, this is for you. Like,
yes. Aries
okay.
ascendant. This is for you. Rahu and Mercury will be together. Okay, and Mercury is right. Mercury was debilitated, and right now it has come to Aries. It is coming. And those who are watching the video in advance, it is going to come in transit in Aries on 31st March. Okay, it is going to transit from Pisces to Aries in 31st March, and it is going to be there till 7th of June, to a total of 68 days. And this is a long time. Okay, almost 2 months and bonus days. And here, from 21st of April to 14th of May, Mercury will become retrograde also. Okay, Rohitji. So in between March and in between June, okay, so it will become retrograde as well. Okay, so now after being retrograde, the main transit of Mercury in Taurus will happen on 7th of June. Okay, Rohitji. Yeah. So now let's see how this transit is going to affect everyone. Now, major events between these transits are that Mars will transit Gemini on 13th of March 2023 till 10th of May. That means before Mercury even transiting to a house of Mars, Mars will already be present in the house of Mercury. As soon as Mercury comes in the first house, there is Rashi Parivartan. Very simple. We can see that both the planets have exchanged their houses and they are sitting accordingly. And Rahu, Mercury, and Sun will conjunct from 14th of April till 15th of May. So there is the energy of Sun will also come here. And after that, Rahu and Jupiter will also conjunct in Aries on 22nd April. So now, if we see, there is a stellium like one, two, three, four. Four planets together will be sitting like on 22nd of April. We can see that four planets are sitting together in the Aries ascendant in the first house for Aries ascendant. In the ascendant, in their lagna on their head. So this time is a very tricky time for everyone to get into so many things of taking decisions, or your mental peace will be at uh, lot of problems. So now, only if we only talk about in this transit about Rahu and Mercury, so in first house, Rahu and Mercury acts very tricky, because here we have to also consider other planets. Right now there is Neecha Drishti of Saturn here, so that means you're already troubled. Secondly, you are in a state of non decision making period. Like every decision which is coming on your way, you're like, no, I cannot take a decision right now, I have this and this and this, so many things on my head. So non decision making. Thirdly, your health, because first house is yourself. Your health can be a little bit of trouble here. You can be feeling little bit, what you say, um, you must feel anxiety and like depression kind of stuff, because Rahu is here. And sun will come, sun will get exalted here. Okay, so there will be some, at that time when sun gets exalted after 14th of April, you can be making some good decisions, or maybe thinking about uh, like your status would increase, because the first house is also the house how people look to you. But inside, because of Rahu's energy, because of Mercury's energy, so Rahu, whenever it sits and with whomever it sits, Rahu starts acting like them, because Rahu is air, Rahu is smoke. So it will start acting like Mercury. Then when Sun comes, it is a very enemy of Sun. So it will start fighting with the Sun. That Sun is here, the energy does not match. Mercury will stand alone, try to give good results. But in the first house, when these two planets are here, okay, let's only talk about Mercury and Rahu. We have to see that they both, Rahu's nature is completely to get into any kind of illegal act, or maybe because it looks at the seventh house and in the house of Venus, and Venus has just transited from here. Yeah, we discussed that Rahu and Venus are going to be. We just made that video, right, Rohitji, where Rahu and Venus both were also conjunct, so a lot of extramarital affair and all and this and that. But now when these both planets come here and when they will sit here, there will be trouble related to exposing yourself. Like you might be exposed if you must have got into any illegal act, or cheating, or any kind of problems, or money wise cheating someone. This is the time you might get exposed. So very very careful period for Aries ascendant people, as well as you have to be careful for all the ascendants, but yes, Aries ascendant for sure. Now in this period, the only good thing which you will experience, or maybe out of many good things, the best thing that will be experienced is that this yoga, that Mercury and Rahu, whenever they sit together, this yoga gives money. This gives financial gains. And that financial gains be through your own effort, through your own hard work, through your own knowledge, through your own brain. That is the only good thing and the best thing about this transit. But mentally, you will be little bit troubled. So you have to make sure that in this period you do like very good remedies related to Lord Shiva. Very, very good. And very good remedy which I'm going to give you here, everything, because four planets are coming in, and most of the planets are ruled by Lord Shiva. Everyone respects Lord Shiva, no one goes against him. So here, because Mars is your ascendant lord and it is sitting in the third house of Parakrama, here that because and they are Rashi Parivartan as well, and it is there. Mars is there till 10th of May. So this is a very good period to do the remedy, and remedy is that Mars is the soil. Mars is the mitti, or we say soil, or yeah, soil. So you have to take red soil. Okay, you have to mix it in water and then do Abhishek of Lord Shiva with that water. You have to pour that water on the Shivling and then again put normal water and clean it. So this is the kind of energies which you can see here. But it also depends on your natal chart, on the placement of your natal um planets and how they are placed. So please be careful at this period of time, because everyone would say there are many texts, confusing texts, which say Rahu and Mercury are very, very good best friends. They are like, and Rahu gets exalted. And in fact, we also believe that Rahu gets exalted in the house of what do you say, Virgo. But when it's exalted, that means it is 100% power. Now, if it sits with the planet for in which house it gets exalted, like it sits with the lord of the planet of the exaltation, then there will be like lot of overwhelming things happening in your life. So be careful at this period of time and do the remedy on time. This will be the best. This is the best advice that I can give you for this transit.
Okay,
Yeah, Rohit.
you right said Akashi, because Mercury is the planet of knowledge and Rahu is a planet of doubt. When both will come together, this is very mysterious combination, especially in the first house, because first house is mind, and Rahu is already sitting there from last 1 year, and Mercury will come and sit with that doubtful planet. So it will create like doubt-like situation, and rightly said by Akashji that if you can use this combination for your betterment, that means Rahu Mercury together, your brain will run like a horse, but in right direction if you will go, then you will create money. But in wrong direction if you will go with a flickered mind, you will create problem for yourself. And very easy remedy, just offer a jal to Lord Shiva and have their blessings. Do Durga Sapshati, that will be also very good. And Om Ganpate Nama, because this both Rahu and Mercury have a Wednesday common day,
Yeah,
and Ganpati ji is the deity for that.
Ganesh is the deity
So,
for you.
yes, and all three things you can do. So very beautifully explained by you, because lots of things happen will happen in these 68 days. And I was thinking of this Akashji, the person who will take birth on the day when Rahu will be there, Sun will be there, Mercury will be there, and one planet more. You telling that
Jupiter, Sun, Mercury, Rahu.
one who will born with this combination in first house. You can imagine. Okay, so let's move on to the next sign. That is a Taurus sign, and the Lord is definitely Venus for this sign. But this combination, which we tell that will shock your brain, because doubtful energy and mindful energy is coming together in a 12th house. So, what it will happen here for Taurus ascendant people?
Rohitji, so now before moving ahead, the yoga, which is called, I remember because I was learning very long ago, whenever
Hmm.
Rahu and Mercury they come together, it's called Madhya Yoga.
Madhya.
Yeah, Madhya Yoga. And that is very clear that it is everything is in the middle. There is nothing like either left or right or wrong. Everything is in the middle. So it mostly depends on the natal placement of both the planets and how they are reacting. So For some people it may become like, for even in the 12th house, for some people it may become a very worst kind of experience. Losses, like lot of losses, and money going, like no happiness in the bed, no sleep, anxiety, depression, because the food of the 12th house is spirituality. And every other mail which I get, Rohitji, is one only simple question: when will I get money? Financial problem, this, that, and so the problem is that in this materialistic world, the desire is only for money. If the desire is for spirituality, then this combination gives a very different result. So everything depends on the motive. I heard a very good, I read a very good thing in our, in the, in a, what do you say, what is it called? Navgraha Puran. It says that whenever a bad time comes, we say, oh, there is Kal Sarpa dosh, there is Mangal dosh, there is Madhya dosh, there is Guru Chandal dosh, and there is this dosh and that dosh. But no one understands that what is their dosh? What is their personal dosh? Like, what have they done themselves? Right? So, here for Taurus ascendant, let's we have to understand any planets, the nature of the planet does not change, the nature of the house does not change. Okay, then the places which the planet rule does not change. So for this ascendant, Mercury rules the fifth house, okay, and the second house. The second house is the house of money, and the fifth house is the house of creativity, or maybe we call it house of children. And now Rahu is sitting with Mercury. It's called Madhya Yoga. I think Mercury is the planet of wisdom, and Mercury is a very intelligent planet. In fact, Rahu on the other side is a very, very intelligent planet. According to Parashara, Rahu is horrible but intelligent. Okay? The purpose of Rahu is to give you and take from you material wealth. Either it will give material wealth in a very big way or take material wealth in a very big way. Same way for Mercury, the main reason of Mercury being in your chart is to give you knowledge, to make you socially acceptable. Because what happened with Mercury, that Mercury was not socially accepted by uh, his in fact by his stepfather, that was Guru, that is Brahaspati, and that is why Mercury is debilitated in the house of Guru, Brahaspati, the 12th house. But because Lord Shiva is here and always protecting the universe, so he gave Mercury the Vardhan that he will be a will be the planet of knowledge and intelligence. That's why whenever we see any retard people or any people who have brain problem or dementia and so many kinds of it, so we see the placement of Mercury for them, because Mercury is the Karaka of knowledge and buddhi. That's why it rules your third house and your sixth house. So now, Rohitji, here the combination, the Madhya Yoga happening in the 12th house is significator of loss. Okay, and that loss is because let's see what is happening. So 31st March, Mercury and Rahu will conjunct here. Okay, after it moves from a debilitated position, but it goes and meets Rahu. Rahu and Mercury are supposed to be very good friends or very good enemies, or enemies for human being, because when they both come together, they will do mischief with you, not with themselves, because both are very intelligent and they will make you oversmart. Oversmart is the right word when we come to this conjunction. And for 68 days this conjunction will be happening. Okay, and if we see, Mercury will get retrograde from 21st of April till 14th of May. So it's a long time now. Okay, it's a long, like from March to June, it is a very long time of Mercury and Rahu's conjunction. And major events which is happening between them is that Mars will transit into Gemini on 13th of March. Before even Mercury moving to Aries, Mars will go and sit in Gemini. And what is Gemini and Aries? What will happen on 31st of March when Mercury enters the house of Aries, the house of Mars? That means there will be Rashi Parivartan Yoga between both of them. They will be changing their houses. And when these planets change their houses, that means they become neutral to each other. They will not give place any harm to each other. Like it will not, like, because Mercury and Mars are not very good friends. Okay, we know that. So they will not be, cause any harm related to what the qualities of that planet. And Rahu, Mercury, and Sun. So Sun will get exalted on 14th of April till 15th of May. So Sun will now go and get exalted in your 12th house. And Sun exalted in the 12th house means a lot of, like, lots, not such good news. Okay, Sun is becoming powerful in the 12th house, and 12th house right now demands spirituality, detachment, hospitals, your isolation, and all such kind of things. And when Sun gets exalted here, it demands what is the food of 12th house? It is spirituality. If you can choose to become spiritual for these 68 days, then there is no problem, or you should just shut down the video and just move, like, go away, because nothing is going to happen to you. But if you're after money, if you're after cheating some person, if you're after troubling your wife or family, or because Mercury rules the house of your family, they are aspecting on the house of your enemies. So if you are making enemies without any reason, if you are want to trouble anyone without any reason, you have to so you have to um suffer the wrath of Rahu and Mercury. So Sun will also be here, and Sun comes here exalted position. It is powerful than Rahu, but still Rahu will do 100% all the effort to harm Sun in this period. And on April of 22nd, when Jupiter is making transit, and it will make Guru Chandal Yoga here. So just imagine Rahu is with the Guru will also come. Rahu is also there. Mercury is also there. Jupiter. It's a stellium of four planets, and it's going to be very, very heavy. But those people who are into very big decision making period, they should avoid decision making for 68 days. And that decision is number one, buying a house. Okay, because see, the karaka of house, the karaka of property will be going and getting exalted in the 12th house. 12th house, Sun being exalted, that means it will give you problem. It will give you problem related to your property. And why it will give you problem? Because it is in the 12th house, so it will get, you can make loss from property, not profit, loss. 12th house is the only the house of loss. It is the house of ending things. Okay, so we do not want to end anything here. We want to start new things. But on the same way, if you're spiritual, and if you chant, or if you do a lot of mantra chanting, this placement of Sun, even Mercury, and even Rahu will give you lot of benefit. Lot means lots of benefit. Because Mercury rules the fifth house of mantra chanting for you. It rules the house of spirituality. It rules the house of creativity. It rules the house of children. So if your children are planning to go to a foreign land, they will go, because you have to suffer loss of money. So you will be spending money in foreign countries, spending money in foreign lands. Okay. So, and those people who are in foreign lands right now, they will not get lot of impact of this uh, transit, because they are already in foreign lands, and there is a very different kind of energy which goes around in the foreign land. When you move out, your planetary positions, like, they they give you less effect on your chart. So Rohitji, here, because Venus is the ruler of this house, okay, and Lord, praying to Lord Shiva, number one, doing Abhishek, Rudra Abhishek. Secondly, doing Durga Sapsati part, and thirdly, doing Ganesh Ji. Like, you have to go and run behind Lord Ganesha, because he only can handle Mercury. So this is very much important, and because Venus rules this house, so you have to do Rudra Abhishek by a very specific thing, and that is by boiling rice. Boil the rice, and rice is the element of Venus. Boil the rice in the water, the starch which remains, put it into a bowl and put it over Lord Shiva on Monday mornings. And on Wednesday, you need to just devote all your day to Durga Ma and to Lord Ganesha. Guruji, overall, very mixed results. If you are spiritual, you will gain. If you are materialistic, you will lose. So just the decision is in your hand. And now many people will ask, comment below that, oh, if we are not material, if money will not come, how will we survive? So that is what it, now you have to come to the point. Every person gets money, minimum money to survive. Otherwise, you would not be having your phone in your hand or a laptop, or you're watching this video, right? Everybody has a minimum thing to survive. Maybe that is a form of a debt, maybe that is a form of loan, maybe that is a form of your hard-earned money, maybe that any form. But what we desire in this world is more money. For that more money, just desire more knowledge, money will automatically follow you. Yes, Rohit.
What I was thinking that this combination is going to happen in the 12th house, which is a house of loss, and now this loss will only happen when you will put your brain in the wrong way to cheat someone, because this is a house of loss, and loss will happen only when you will do something wrong, because Rahu puts you in doubt and motivate you to do something bad, because this is a house of loss and Mercury is a mind. What I was watching Akashji yesterday, that
Yes.
once Rahu put doubt in a mind of Indra, and Durvasa Rishi was there to give him a very big garland mala.
Okay.
That was just he just siddh by the Durvasa Rishi. Durvasa Rishi is very angry person,
Right.
and when he give it to the Indradev, and Indradev was just going to put that in his own neck, and then suddenly Rahu put something in his mind and just create doubt, and Indra just put that garland in the neck of his elephant Eravat, and then it falls down, and Durvasa Rishi just seen and become angry, and then he take all the powers from all devtas in few seconds,
Yeah,
just
I
because of
remember.
that. Just he put doubt in the mind of devtas. Rahu do nothing, he just put doubt. Okay, let's do this.
Illusion.
Illusion.
Their word is
Yes,
illusion.
beautiful word. You tell beautiful word. Illusion. So what you will say from illusion is just offer jal to Lord Shiva. Daily go to temple. It takes 2 minutes. Just put your attendance there. Om Namah Shivaya. Do Durga Sapshati part whenever you get it. Not in the morning when you get time in the office, or you come to house in the evening. Do Durga Sapshati and Durga to Ganesh. So these three things and these 68 days you will be protected. But yes, as Akashji told, be spiritual. Don't even think to do bad of someone. Even if you have the power to do so, please avoid these things. Okay, so the making of the main target of making of these videos are always to be make cautious you people about these transits, and if you people want to consult a cast you one on one, like we are sitting, so you can do the personal consultations on by sending your details on acs2channel@gmail.com, or on the WhatsApp number displayed on the screen, which Akashji will fire right now. You can
Yeah.
just put your details here.
This already I
And
have put it in the above on the first line.
oh, you have put it on our heads.
Yeah.
So this is WhatsApp number on the head and the mail ID. This is a very small. So you can see and note. This is good thing. I during whole video you can just do that thing. Okay, so let's move on to the next zodiac, next ascendant, that is a Gemini ascendant. Again, the Lord is Mercury, and Mercury is going to conjunct Rahu from 31st March to 7 June, 68 days. What this mysterious, what this illusive combination will bring for the Gemini people?
So Rohitji, now be careful about this. Understand this very well. Okay. So Gemini people will be making a lot of good money and fortune during the 68 days, because Rahu and Mercury both are now sitting in their 11th house. Okay. And why I am saying this, because a very good thing which has happened is that Mars has transit into Gemini on 13th of March. Mars has transited into Gemini on 13th of March, and it will be there till 10th of May. And Mercury has come into the house of Mars on 31st of March. That means there is Rashi Parivartan. Okay. So now also before moving ahead, the Rahu and Mercury combination is called Madhya Yoga. Rohitji, you can read about Madhya Yoga. It is a very, very illusion kind of yoga. Sometimes in Antardasha and Pratyantardasha, when Rahu and Mercury comes into Madhya Yoga, that is also the time in in some places that when the ghost enters your body, when we get possessed by bhoot or preta. And what is preta? Who rules preta? What is the preta? Preta is illusion, right? We cannot see them, right? It is just the energy, and that is 110% Rahu. K.N. Rao sir says that Rahu is equal to preta. Anyone who has pret, bhoot, pret, or they think that someone has done black magic on them, do the 12th adhyay of Bhagavad Gita. It will run away. Another thing, Rohitji, which I learned in a book called Amliyat Tasli Ke Mehboob. It is a book of ilm where there is a lot of tabiz and a lot of black magic and many things written. It says that whenever someone is possessed, okay, if you scream the name of Lord Hanuman in front of him, if you scream also in front of him, like, then also that bad spirit will run away immediately, because they cannot hear loud noises, and loud noise of Lord Hanuman they cannot hear at all. But the 12th adhyay of Gita is very Bhagavad Gita is very good, and I will share that um, verse by K.N. Rao sir. He has mentioned that how this 12th adhyay should be done, and how if any black magic or any bad saya or nazar or this and that is happening, because it causes Madhya Yoga, right? And Madhya Yoga is the time when your brain is not in your control. Okay, so Mercury, that means your brain has gone into the hands of illusion. So your brain is not in your control. Now, in this period, Mercury will also get retrograde from 21st of April to 14th of May, which will be a very difficult period, because here you will be not be able to take any decisions related to business gains or business investments. And it is a good time. Do not take any decisions between 21st of April to 14th of May in the retrograde position of Mercury, because Mercury will be all haywire, his energy will be all over the place. So no decisions during this time. And the major events which I told earlier is that there is Rashi Parivartan between Mercury and Mars, which is very good. Lot of gains for what do you say, for Gemini ascendant. Secondly, Rahu, Mercury, and Sun will conjunct in Aries from 14th of April till 15th of May. So now this is the period where Sun becomes exalted in your 11th house. That means again gain of money, but it is Rahu will start troubling you by making very bad investments here. So if you are gaining money at this period of time, you need to just keep the money in your bank account. Don't invest it anywhere. Because you know what happens when we get like little money, we say, "Oh yeah, I got like this $5,000. Oh, why not I invest it into more of my inventory so that I will make $10,000, right?" If we have sell something and we'll say, "Oh, five now I got five profit. Let me invest five, and I have two more in savings. Let me put and invest." This is the place where Rahu will play with you. Greed, or any type of ill thoughts in your mind that I want to do this, I want to cheat this person, I want to take money from him, I want to do partnership, I want to take money from the partnerships or through some illegal means, like I just want to blackmail him and take money. This is the ideas that Rahu will put in your head. And now you have to be wise enough to take that idea, or just wait and be patient and be take pious money and the positive money only, rather than negative money. Now, also the fourth thing that is happening is Rahu, Sun, Mercury, and Jupiter will create a stellium in Aries on 22nd of April 2023. It's a very big transit for Jupiter, because Jupiter will be so much overwhelmed, because he will be sitting with Rahu, he will be sitting with Sun, and when he will be transiting, he will already be Rohitji, he will be combust. He will have no power till 27th of April, when the degree of Sun becomes less for him, and so to be him combust. So he will be in lot of stress. Jupiter. Now he will come in this house and he will take control of this house, but Rahu will trouble Jupiter. Guru Chandalyo. Sun will be keeping him combust. And Mercury is not good. Mercury is the step son of Jupiter. They do not go well together. So a lot of things which will happen after 22nd of April. So that is why 22nd of April is the time. From 22nd of April till 7th of June, no big decisions. Money will surely come to you, But if you invest that money back and if you want more gains and more profit, no, this is not the right time for you. Those people who are looking for a job, they will get a good news from their job side because Jupiter rules your 10th house as well, and also your 7th house. Partnerships and jobs, business partnerships will also grow. Your family life will also be good. And because these planets are looking in the 7th house, now Venus is very much okay with Rahu. Venus is very much okay with Mercury, and because they are good friends, Venus, Mercury, and Saturn. And Sun is not okay in the 5th house, like looking at the 5th house because it is the Nicha Drishti of Sun, and Jupiter is very, all the Drishtis of Jupiter are very good. So, overall, very balanced 5th house also. That spiritually you will have to be involved. The 5th house is the house of mantra chanting. I keep telling in my every video that doing mantra chanting is the only way to achieve God earlier. If you go and throw a coal in running water or do what you say, lead in, that remedies are like uh, ultimate, like last shot, like the adrenaline shot for your brain, that oh, I cannot do anything, I have to just do this upay and get my things done. We should not go towards that. Mantra chanting is the best form of remedy that anyone can do. So here, pray to Ma Durga, do Rudra Abhishek. See, it is ruled by Mercury. Mercury is green. Put bhang, put dhatura, put pudina chutney on Lord Shiva. What is pudina chutney? It will make him cool. It will make him cool down. Just put it on in a glass, mix pudina and put that water on Lord Shiva. Then again put normal water and clear the Shivlinga. And do Durga Sapsati, do prayer for Lord Ganesh. That will give you a lot of relief during this period. And do not make any kind of stupid investment because it is also looking at the 5th house. 5th house is the house of luck, and it is the house of bad luck also because it is the Purva Punya house. If 5th house is bad, you have got Purva Punya from the past life. That is why if it is 5th house, this Rashi was given to you with good or bad planet in it. So just beware and make wise decisions during this period. Yes, Rohit.
Yes, and as far as I think, the period for Gemini people is good, but you never know about Rahu. Rahu in 11th always considered good. You people getting gains from last 1 year, probably if you are going through Rahu Mahadesh also. And there is exchange of first house Lord and 11th house Lord. That is also very good. Mars goes to the Lagna and Lagna Lord goes to 11, as Akashji told. Very good combination. But again, the thing is that Rahu is illusionary planet. He will make you take gains and, as Akashji told, reinvest in some wrong place because Sun will also come there. And property matters you have to take care because this thing will happen because only when Rahu and Mercury, both different character planets, and when they conjunct, they will create a big illusion here because Mercury is this and Rahu is stout. So take care of that. Akashji told you very good remedies. Lord Shiva's puja, offer jal to them, Durga Sapshati, and Lord Ganesha's puja. All will help you. Wish you best of luck for this beautiful combination. Let's move on to the next ascendant, that is Cancer ascendant. And now, what this illusionary conjunction of Rahu and Mercury will bring for Cancer ascendant people from 31st March to 7 June. Let's see. Akash.
Luigi, Cancer ascendant. Rahu is a natural enemy. Okay. Moon is also enemy for Mercury. So they have to be beware during this period because lot of ups and downs in related to career and fame and name and social status. Okay, Rohitji. So here Rahu and so I will tell you the whole transit in a first way that what all things are happening in this transit, or maybe for 68 days what all things are happening. So from 31st March of 7th June, Rahu and Mercury will be together in Aries. Okay, and between that period from 21st April to 14th of May, Mercury will get retrograde. Okay, Mercury gets retrograde 3 times a year, and this is the time it will get retrograde for the first time in 2023. Okay, and major events that are happening is that Mars will transit in Gemini on 13th of March 2023 till 10th of May. That means before even Mercury transits into the house of Mars, Mars will already been have transited into the house of Mercury in the 12th house. Just remember, Mars is in your 12th house. So now there is a Parivartana Yoga from 13th March to 10th of May. And on 14th of April now, Sun will come into the 10th house and get exalted here. And after that, Rohitji, even Jupiter will enter this house on 22nd of April, and it will be combust at that period in low power. So Jupiter will be very overwhelmed when he comes, because it is called stellium. When four planets are in the same house, it is a very crowded house. There is lot of, so just imagine four people who have difference of opinion. Like Sun has difference of opinion with uh, Rahu. Jupiter is of difference of opinion with Rahu and Mercury both, and Rahu has difference of opinion with all of them. So it is going to be very, very tricky kind of situation, Rohitji, for everyone. So now, one sec, Rohitji. Yeah, sorry, I just had to write something. Okay, so now Rohitji here. Uh, so these all four planets, when they will come together on 22nd of April, it will be a very overwhelming period for the Cancer ascendant people. Now, if we talk about the transit of Rahu and the transit of Mercury and the conjunction of Rahu and Mercury in Cancer from 31st of March, so we have to understand few things. The basic nature of Rahu will never change in the 10th house, and it is said that Rahu jiske 10 mein, duniya uske bas mein. And same way, Mercury here comes in the house of Mars, and the Mars is in the house of Mercury in the 12th house. So it will save you from losses here. Number one, it will save you from losses. You might take some Rahu and Venus will may let Rahu and Jupiter, Rahu and Mercury. There is so many planets transiting that I am not able to understand how do I go about it. Rahu and Mercury both rule intelligence. Both are intelligent planets. Mercury is genuinely intelligent planet, but Rahu is illusionary given planet. So it gives lots of illusion. So here it can give a lot of illusions to people who are going through the major period of Rahu or Mercury. Some decision, wrong decision for your career can be very, very difficult for you, because if you see Mars is in the 12th house and it's not a good house for Mars. They must have done Rashi Parivartan and they must give good results to each other, but somewhere there can be even bad decisions for your career which can bring you a lot of trouble. Even bad decision related to your mother or home or your vehicles. Like this is not the good time to buy vehicles or buy get into a real estate deal. You have to be aware. You have to be low key this time. In fact, in your workplace, no one needs your opinion. Just keep your opinion to yourself for some time, because Rahu will sit in your head and give you something bad, something relate some bad thought or maybe bad kind of advice which will come back for you. Maybe at that time, because you will be so confident, because such so many planets are here, you will be like, everyone will like say nice, good idea, let's do it. But later they will blame you that because of you we've made so much loss and this and that. So overall, for Karka Rashi, you have to be very cautious. Secondly, you have to also pray to Lord Shiva at this period of time. Lord Shiva is the only one who carries trident moon in his head, on his head. And moon, the remedy for you guys is that to put 2 tablespoon or teaspoon of milk into the into water and then put it on Lord Shiva every Monday morning. Other than that, do Durga Saptati part, do uh, part of Ganesh ji, do chanting, mantra chanting of Ganesh ji, and also Lord Vishnu. So this is the way you will be able to help yourself during this transit. And the key or the one pointer which you need to understand is that use your intelligence whenever required, not over intelligence or overconfidence for any other reason. So, Rohit, this is what Cancer will see for this period of Rahu plus Mercury, the Madhya Yoga, which is happening. Your audio is mute.
Uh, in the starting of video, you tell very beautiful thing that there are the different planets in one house, all of different opinion. I can say this is a all party meet. From all parties, they are sitting. Rahu, not Rahu. Jupiter is not okay with Mercury. Mercury is not okay with Jupiter. Sun is not okay with Rahu. Jupiter is not okay with Rahu. Mercury is not. All are have different opinion about each other. Rahu is not okay with anyone. But this is a kind of all party meet. So please take care in whichever house this is going to happen. And if you are going through any of these planets Antardasha, Mahadasha, then you have to again take very good care, especially if Rahu is involved in this thing. So let's move on to the another ascendant now. The that is a Leo ascendant. Let's see what this. I will say if somebody knows about jalebi, this is jalebi type conjunction
Yes.
happening. Now let's see for the Leo people in which house this is going to happen. And before you start for Leo, I just want to say today Akashji also did very illusionary thing, a tricky thing that he put all details on the head of both of us. For any consultations private, you just send the mail acs to channel at gmail.com, your birth details, or you can WhatsApp number is there, Canada number, WhatsApp number. Just save it and send your details to Akashji or team AC Astro. They will revert you for a personal consultation. So Akashji,
Yes.
now we want to know what is going to happen in your chart. That is a Leo ascendant chart.
Yeah. As we speak, Rohit, so many people are doing WhatsApp. Check it. Yeah. So for Leo also, Rahu plus Mercury. That means the conjunction of Rahu or Mercury will happen in your ninth house. So from a long period, Rahu is sitting in your ninth house, and it must have made your things very slow, related to your bhagya or related to your destiny. But somewhere it looks at the house where which is very much comfortable. That is the third house, and it gives you courage to move forward even when things are not working in your favor. So very good for that. Now, Rohit, 31st March to 7th June is the time, that is 68 days, when Mercury will be conjunct with Rahu. And here, in between of this conjunction, there will also be a time when Mercury will be retrograde, and that will be the first retrogression of Mercury in this year. There are total 3 times Mercury gets retrograde, and this is the first for 2023. And the major events that are happening during between this transit or between this conjunction, okay, is that Mars will transit in Gemini on 13th of March 2023. That means Mars will already be exchanging house with Mercury before even Mercury is moving to the house of Mars. So it will be going into the house of 11, the 11th house, the house of gains, Mars, and Mercury will be in the house of Mangal. So this is called Parivartana Yoga. So there will be Parivartan Yoga, and there will be very much what you say surprises for Leo ascendants, because suddenly gain of money and luck can be seen here. In fact, I will not be surprised if they win a lottery also suddenly. If their karmas are very good, there will be a big lottery or big thing. And Rohitji, maybe our vision or our what do you say motive of building this Navgrah Dham in North America can become fruitful. Maybe we will find someone who will help us to get Navgrah Dham situated here, because all the charts which I see, if I tell them any remedy, they say, oh, there is no, there is not, nothing like this, there is nothing like that. Where do we do the remedy? How do we do the remedy? So, a lot of people who have moved to Western countries are suffering to do remedies. And also, so moving forward, Rahu, Mercury, and Sun will conjunct in Aries from 14th April to 15th May. So Rahu, Mercury, and Sun. So the third energy here will enter on 14th of April till 15th of May. And after that, Rahu and Jupiter, mainly Rahu, Sun, Mercury, and Jupiter, there will be stellium in Aries on 22nd April 2023. So that means, Rohiji, there will be a very big transit and the ninth house, the Bhagyastan, the Dharmastan of, in fact, this is the decision making stan also, because somewhere your intuition or your mind also acts from the fifth house. It is going to get active from the ninth house, sorry, and it is going to get active, and there will be lot of things you need to be very careful of. At this period, the food which this house requires is dharma. The more dharma you will do, Rahu will make sure that it will take you to less adharma period. If you do start being very spiritual and start doing Durga Mata related remedies, yeah, Durga Chalisa or Durga Saptati part, very good. In fact, Rohit, if I also understand, the ninth house is the house of father as well. So here, father can be also overwhelmed with some kind of problems related to depression or anxiety, or he may be worried about you or your situation, right? So you have to take care of that aspect as well. The ninth house also rules the house of your higher learning or knowledge. So those people who are want to go abroad, and those kids who want to go abroad to start their new life, it is a very good time for you, and you should move forward. So the aspect on the third house where Rahu is most comfortable, it will give you a lot of courage. Even from here, Mercury, when looks at the third house, Mercury is the planet of communication. So communication will be good, but because Rahu is also looking there, so your communication needs to be very positive and pious, because suddenly it can also take a very reverse effect, and here you can start communicating in a bad way to become adharmi. Basically, what Rahu does in ninth house, it makes you adharmi. It makes you go away from religion. It makes you make your own religion. But we have to. It's like a birth of a child. Then the mother is so much in pain, but she has to force herself to get the child out. Same way, we must be our heart or our mind must be very much trouble to accept God or to dharma, to do spirituality. But we have to forcefully do it so that we can overcome the ill effects of Rahu. So overall, because now the remedy for Leo Lagna people for Ganesh or Shivji is general remedy throughout your life. Also, you can do, but here it is very important is that take good, the red good, the good that is more in red in color, put it into water and pour it on Lord Shiva, because Jupiter is also coming here. But if only you have very different placements, and if Sun is exalted for you, or maybe if Sun is in the first house in his Mool Trikon, then you put sindoor in water, little bit of one chutki sindoor in water, and put it on Lord Shiva. It will also give you good results. So overall, if we talk about this transit, it is very mixed. Being dharam will give you good karam. Being adharmi will make you bad karam. So be careful at this period of time. Take good care of your father. If your father gives you some advice, listen to it, because after taking the advice also, be judgmental whether it is good advice or bad advice, and make a timetable and saying that if I do this at this period of time, what are the consequences, what are the benefits. Okay, focus more on the consequences here, and I hope that this transit brings you good results. And also depends on how your Mercury and your Rahu is placed in your natal chart. That makes a lot of difference. Okay, Rohitji.
Yes, present situation of all the planets need to seen, because you see this is happening not with me, this is happening with me. This is all because transit has its own effect, but the natal chart has its own effect, and the current going Mahadasha and Antardasha plays its own role. So this is a 9 players team, which every player has to play its own role. So this was the conjunction result for the Leo people. But as Akashji told, that most of the consultations and most of the calls is getting from pan world, I say. from Norway or from UK, US, Canada, and everywhere. So he decided that his wish, or I can say our wish, is to make Navgrah Dham in Canada, wherever he's already started looking. On Saturday, Sundays, he go and he looks for the land. In India, there is a different concept. There are so many people who say, "Oh, take our land and make this type of thing." But in Canada, you have to go for the your own thing, everything. So this is a very, I think, good effort by Akashji, because if once Navgrah Dham is made in Canada, so neighboring country people also, or Canada people also, which community is living there, they will get lots of benefit, because there will be not only Navgrah Dham, there will be a meditation center, there will be a yoga center, there will be a dhyan center, there will be a little river. Akashji said he see one land, there is a little river also, so you can do remedies and all that things also. So beautiful, beautiful thought by Akashji. And today is Shivratri, and I think this is my words, that Lord Shiva will bless him with this beautiful dream, and he will fulfill his dream. This is my words today. Mark it. So let's move on to the next ascendant, that is a Virgo ascendant. Again, the Lord is Mercury, and what this 68 days from 31st March to 7th June, when Rahu and Mercury conjunct together, and all other planets will also jump into this conjunction suddenly. Sun,
Yeah.
Jupiter, and some are aspecting this all planets. So what will happen? Let's see for the Virgo people.
So Rohitji, Virgo, again the ruler of Virgo is Mercury. Okay. And Mercury, the ruler, the Lagnesh is going into Ashtam Stan. The Lagnesh is going into Ashtam Stan, which is not a very good position for a Lagnesh to be. The eighth house is the house of longevity. The eighth house is the house of sudden ups and downs. The eighth house is the house from where we see that if we are going to get jail sentence, or if we are going to get inheritance, or if we are going to get such kind of things. So now Mercury is with Rahu here. So anyways, people who are in of this Virgo ascendant, they might be going through a lot of ups and downs currently, because Rahu here was alone and it was giving lot of ups and downs related to the. He was here with Venus, okay, so it must have given lots of ups and downs, or maybe problems from women, or enemies of women enemies and all that kind of stuff. So here we have to understand that what and how many days Mercury is going to be uh, conjunct with Rahu in this period. So Mercury starts conjunction on 31st of March till 7th of June 2023 for 68 days. And between these 68 days, it will also become retrograde from 21st of April to 14th of May. Okay, so 21st of April to 14th of May, this is the first retrograde of this year. The Mercury goes 3 times retrograde in a year. This is the first time it will get retrograde. And major events between this period is that Mars will transit Gemini, okay, on 13th of March. So before even Mercury comes to its the house of Mars, Mars will already be in the house of Mercury, right? And when Mercury comes in this house on 31st of March, it will be Parivartana Yoga. It will be Parivartan Yoga for you. And Rahu and Mercury and Sun will conjunct in Aries from 14th April to 15th of May. So this is also the time when Sun will get exalted in the eighth house. And being Sun exalted in the eighth house, that means you can get parental property also at this period of time. Rahu, Sun, Mercury, and Jupiter. There will be stellium in Aries on 22nd April 2023. So it's kind of a very magical, what you say, movement of all the planets. Now, many people will be very scared, and many people will be making many videos that, oh, 4 planets coming together, what will happen, this and that. So in earlier also 5, 6, 7 planets must have also come together. I saw a chart where 7 planets are together, and only Rahu, only Ketu is not together. So there are planets like there are transits like this also. So during this period your eighth house will be very much active, so this is the time for you to gain a lot of secret knowledge. Okay, if you are doing any kind of mischief related to money, secretively taking money from somewhere, secretively taking money from your partner's account, from anyone's bank account, or you're not you're taking unethical money, it will be very very dangerous for you, Rohit ji, because eighth house is the house of punishment also. That is what I said. 12th house is the house of jail, but 8th house is the house from where we see punishment, that where if this person is getting punishment or no. So here, when Mercury comes and Mars is now in the house of Mercury, so career growth is seen here this time. But if there is any unethical practices which you're doing, so there will be punishment. Here, Sun will get exalted, so that means inheritance is seen for them. But again, Rahu is also there, so that means if inheritance is being taken by the method of cheating, as soon as Rahu goes from this house, and it will move to the 7th house on 30th of October, there will be problem. You will be punished. And why I am saying punish, because Saturn is sitting in the 6th house and it is looking in the 8th house in Neecha Drishti, and Saturn is the owner and giver of punishment. So he will give you punishment as soon as the energy goes away. Saturn is a very patient planet. It says, okay, I am giving you time to recover, or I am giving you time that it is still time now, don't do any wrong. And later it will do wrong. So, lot of energies in the 8th house. But after Jupiter comes here, 100% there is gain of knowledge. People will be more interested in astrology, numerology, tarot, and all that kind of stuff. There will be Rohitji. There will be those people who are sailing, those people who are in the ship business, or they are in the cruise business. They are going to do very well because they are on water, and not being on land and being on water. This Mercury and Rahu there acts very well. But still, Rahu is a very unexpected planet. No one ever, no author, no one has able to decode Rahu in the way it should be. There is only little bit of research done on Rahu and how Rahu, what you say, gives result. In fact, those who are planning for childbirth, this is the time when Rahu looks at your ninth house as well, ninth from itself, that is to your fifth house. So there is a possibility of childbirth, because in the male kundli, Rahu, Jupiter, and Mars, Rahu, Jupiter, and Sun are the karaka of a child, and in the female planet, Venus and Mercury are the Venus, Mercury, and Jupiter are the karaka of a child. So childbirth can be or maybe planned at this time, because you will be successful in this. So the remedy which I would like to give you is that, again, because Mercury is the lord of this house and Mercury rules the ascendant. So donating green things, or doing like a very good remedy which I read somewhere is pudina. Pudina is supposed to be mint leaves. Is supposed to be making your body calm and relax, and when you drink it, your stomach acid goes down and everything. So that means it has the cooling factor. So putting that in water, like putting mint leaves or mint chutney in water and pouring it over Lord Shiva, it will give you cool down effect. And this remedy you must have not heard anywhere, because it is written like in a very thin line in a book, where it says that these are the plants and these are the herbs ruled by what you say planets. In fact, if you cannot find mint, a little bit of basil leaf in the water and put it on Lord Shiva. That is also equivalent to that kind of thing. Do a lot of vandana to God Ganesha and Durga Saptati at this time. This is going to be a savior or saving point for all the Virgo ascendant people.
Hmm. Good remedies, and because Mercury is the lord of Virgo ascendant, I think Mercury and Gemini both have to take very good care, because both have a planet like Mercury as their ascendant lord, and they are coming with Rahu now, so it's really difficult for them. And now let's move on to another ascendant, because I think Akashji have one consultation also today. One
Yes,
or two, Akashji? Two consultations, I think.
I have two, and then we have to come live also.
And that is according to Dubai time, I think, UAE time, your consultation.
One is UAE time and one is Canada time.
One is Canada. So you have two consultations. So let's move fast on to the Libra ascendant people. because not wasting the time, he has to again speak so much. When Rahu and Mercury combination will come together in a seventh house, oh my god, I think this is the most difficult thing to predict. In as you say, Rahu is most illusionary
Yeah.
planet. I say seventh house is most illusionary house. Nobody in this world can predict this house. This is a house of spouse. When all such combinations will happen there for Libra people,
Yes.
what they will get.
It's a very difficult question, but yeah, I hope they get good. But here Rahu is already sitting and it has done the damage, whatever should have been done. Mercury may come and repair the damage because Mercury and Mars are already changing the houses. So I will come to all the points, but before that, I just want to give them a brief idea, Libra ascendant people, that what is happening with them for next 68 days. So from 31st March, Rahu and Mercury will conjunct in your seventh house, and it will stay there till 7th of June. And between this, Mercury will also take retrograde position from 21st April to 14th May, where you have to be very careful in decision making because retrograde position, whenever Mercury is, it plays with communication skills and decision making skills. Now, major events that is happening during this period is that Mars will transit into Gemini on 13th of March, okay, and stay till the 10th of May. So that means Rashi Parivartan between Mercury and Mars. Mars will go early, Mercury will be little late, but yes, there will be Rashi Parivartan. Mercury, Rahu, and Sun. They will conjunct in Aries from 14th of April. That means in the seventh house, Sun will come and become exalted. And Sun is not very good in exalted position in the seventh house because Sun is the planet of separative tendencies. Secondly, Rahu is also a planet of separative tendencies. Now, unless and until Jupiter dives in, that is Rahu, Sun, Mercury, and Jupiter, the stellium which is going to happen on the 22nd of April 2023, the transit which everyone is waiting for. You know, we are waiting for these monthly transits keeps happening, but we are waiting for always the transit of Saturn, Rahu, Ketu, and Jupiter, because these are the planets which are slow moving planets and they take transit very slowly. So Rohitji, now after that time there will be a lot of relief here, but before that time we have what things we have to take care of. Seventh house is the house of your business partnerships. It is the house of your extramarital affairs. Rahu sitting here, it will give you inclination. It will make you oversmart to go out and do any illegal or any illicit kind of act, because that is what Rahu is supposed to do. It is puts you in illusion. You think that no, this person, the home, like my home dal is ghar ki dal murgi barabar, right? You say that our home is my wife is not good or my husband is not good. I should go out and I should have fun and this and that. But just remember that Saturn is now in your fifth house.
I think Rahu had create illusion in your mind also because you have said that kahavat in different way. घर की मुर्गी दाल बराबर घर की दाल मुर्गी बराबर then everybody will eat dal only. घर की मुर्गी दाल बराबर. If घर की दाल will become मुर्गी बराबर then everybody will eat dal only.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I
So
did not.
Rahu is creating illusions.
Yes, Rahu is in my ninth house. Okay. No, right now, but otherwise it is in eighth house. So Rahu is creating illusions, and Rahu will create illusions for them also, and they can go into because seventh house is the house. In fact, with business partnerships, you might partner with someone else to cause harm to your current partner, or maybe do genuinely do harm to your partner in a very conscious way that you know that you're doing something like this. So please avoid such things because Saturn will not leave you at all. Everyone has to do get the results of the karma, which is what I read today. Rohitji, whenever in Navgraha Puran it's written that whenever our time comes bad or when we have to pay back of our karma, we say there is Kalsar dosh, there is Manglik dosh, there is Guru Chandal dosh, there is what is it, Angarak yog and this yog and that yog. But no one is saying what have you done? What is your karma? And why are you suffering here? Okay. So my wife is going through Saturn Dasha and no one is perfect, but at least she's very good in that way. Saturn did not harm her at all. In fact, Saturn is giving her, and Saturn is Maraka for her. Saturn is sitting in a very bad house, but it is giving very good results because Saturn understands that this person has not done anything, and what the past life karma, I have given this husband to that woman, so don't worry at all because husband is the only problem which I have given to you. So There is many ways the planets work very mysteriously. Here, Rahu is very mysterious in this house. Suddenly, for some people, the relationship when Rahu transit must have happened must have become very much deep with their spouse in a very good way also. But that depends on the natal placement of Rahu. But Rahu, if sitting natal in this house, that means here you are having separative tendencies that, oh, I just want to leave this, I just want to go, I'm not happy, I want to do something else, I want to meet some other person, this, that. So many, many things, Rohitji, related to this house. Now, here it is looking at the Lagna, and in Lagna, it is the house of Venus. Okay, so Venus here placement is very much important of Venus, that what is happening to them right now. Venus is their eighth house, so Lagnesh is their eighth house. Okay, Venus was with Rahu and they had a lot of fun together. Now he's in the eighth house. So here, Lagnesh going in the eighth house is not considered good. It always creates hurdles or always creates problems in growth. But it is the own house of Venus. So here there can be some exceptions, but still it depends a lot on the placement of your Venus in your natal chart. Overall, in this period, it is very 50-50 related to your spouse or partnerships. But overall, money, this conjunction is the only good conjunction which gives you a lot of money. Sun will get exalted, benefit from partners, and so many things. And even Jupiter will come to this house. It will give expansion in this house. So if your business is there, it will growth. If you have one house in foreign lands, it will become two houses. So good time is coming, but careful. You have to be careful in taking decisions. Now, Durga Saptati part, praying to Lord Ganesha, and very important is Venus rules this house, is this Lagna. So, boiling rice and cooling down that water, then pouring that water on Lord Shiva or Shivlinga will give you a lot and lot of benefits and peace of mind and cool down and calmness to your life, which is very much important at this period of time. So, Rohit, this is for Libra ascendant.
Yes, Libra ascendant, I feel very tough for this conjunction because seventh house, you can do mistake related to any 11 houses, but regarding seventh house, if you make any mistake, it is unforgettable. So Libra ascendant people, cross your fingers and do take care and do these remedies what Akashi told you. And if you people, any ascendant, any person in anywhere in the world want to take a personal consultation from Akashji on our heads today, on the top, just read that information, acs2channel at gmail.com, and WhatsApp number. Just put your details there, birth details. Our team will contact you. So let's move on further. I again forget about this Akash's consultations today. So let's move fast on to the next ascendant, that is a Scorpio ascendant. When this conjunction will going to happen for the Scorpio ascendant people, again in very um, trick house, that is sixth house. What will happen, Akashji, from 31st March to 6th March, 6th 7th June? Make
Rohit, for Scorpio ascendant, Mercury and Rahu will be transiting into the eighth house or into the sixth house. And this is 8 number Kundli. That means it is Scorpio Kundli. The transit will happen from 31st of March 2023 to 7th of June 2023 for total of 68 days. And in this period, in this time, 21st April to 14th May, Mercury will be in retrograde position. This is a very crucial time for not taking any good decisions or any signing any deals or any such kind of stuff. And there are major things which are happening between these transits, and that is Mars will transit into Gemini on 13th of March before even Mercury transits into the house of Mars. And here it transits, both are transiting into the house of, into the Dushtanas, and they are not Papa Graha. Okay, Rahu here give very good results, but Mercury gives related problems related to health. Same way, Mars in the eighth house will give problems related to some operations or some. One sec. Duke. No, beta. No. Sorry, he's eating the remote. Yeah, so Mars will give problems related to some operation or something, some related to some cut or wound on your legs, on your head. So it can be a challenging time for at this time. And Rahu, Mercury, and Sun both will conjunct, all three will conjunct in Aries from 14th April to 15th of May. That means Sun will come and get exalted in the sixth house. Here, only good thing which Sun will do is that career wise it will give good growth and daily work routine will be back into place. So, those people who are looking for a job or who are not working right now, this is the time when there will be such kind of event in your life, job, getting a job. It is also seen from the sixth house, Rohit. So whenever a planet gets exalted or transits through sixth house, their daily work starts increasing. And that means when will that happen? When you get employment. It also rules the 10th house. So that will happen. And Rahu, Sun, Mercury, Jupiter, they will all four conjunct. There will be a stellium in Aries on 22nd of April 2023. So that means in this year, the best time when four planets will be together and in the house of Aries. And for Scorpio ascendant, it will be the sixth house, which is not so good house. Okay, but here the power of Rahu is with you. Whenever Rahu is in the sixth house, it is impossible for anyone to defeat you. Your enemies will not be able to stand in front of you. You will be so intelligent, so knowledgeable, like you will just act like a best lawyer in town. If anyone tries to cheat you, anyone tries to be over smart with you, you will show them their way, right? So in the sixth house, because Mercury is coming here and Mercury is also rules, what do you say? Mercury also rules the health. Mercury is the one who makes people doctors. Okay, it gives the knowledge or the divine knowledge to become doctors. And Saturn is the one who makes you surgeons. Mars also makes you surgeons. So there are many planets who makes you karaka. But Mercury rules the hospital also, and it is putting the drishti on the 12th house. So here health related problems might increase and you might visit the hospital or maybe some place related to clinic or something where you might be needing more assistance at this time, because Rahu is here with Mercury. Here Mercury's energy is not so good. That is why Mercury was in this given a bad house, the eighth house. So overall, Rohitji, if you see little bit of stress for Scorpio ascendant, but I think Rahu will be so supportive at this. Rohitji, one more thing. Gains is for sure from daily work, daily effort gains is for sure, but loss of health is shown here. Loss of health, gain of money. So loss of health will only go when you do Mahamrityunjay mantra. When Mercury is sitting in the sixth house, everyone should do Mahamrityunjay mantra for sure. In fact, K.N. Rao sir, in the morning, I was reading his book. He said that a person, he came to him and he asked that, I am not feeling good, like I am doing this construction business, and he was the main architect. So he told that I am not feeling good from a few days, that something is not. So he came outside said that you are going to meet an accident. That is why you are getting intuition, because your eighth house is active, your sixth house is active. And now here also eighth house is active, sixth house is active. So he said, "Oh, that is then you have to be careful." So he said, "What do I do?" He said, "Just chant the Mahamrityunjay mantra." We kept chanting Mahamrityunjay mantra every day, like for one mala, every day. After 7 or 8 days, 200 cement bags fell on him. And if you want, I can share that audio here on my channel. That what K. N. Rao sir said. 200 cement bags fell on him, and when he was taken, everyone said he's dead, 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 dead. When he was taken to the hospital, he just had a hairline fracture in his leg. That's it. So the power of Mahamrityunjay mantra is the one which can even get dead people back to life, which is not possible now because we do not have the Ashta Siddhi Nidhi which Hanumanji has or with other Mahapurush has. But there has been instances, there has been articles written that are sages from the earlier uh, ages, like Shukracharya. He was a sage, right? He used to get people back to life from there. because he had the Sanjeevani Vidya as well as the Mahamrityunjay Vidya. So, but I think with pure devotion, doing the Mahamrityunjay mantra is giving signal to the universe that if any problem is coming on me, then let that problem be for a minimal period of time or with cause minimal problem to me. Because problem will come. 200 cement bags fell on that guy. So problem was there. It was a very big problem, but he did not have any hurt except a small fracture. The course of planets, the course of your destiny cannot be changed by any astrologer in the world. No one can change. It is just the planetary positions is what astrologers read and learn, and everyone, including me, just have one like less than 1% of knowledge of astrology. There are people who have, there are sages or someone people who do not even come in front of the word. They must have 3 or 4%, but more than 5% in this world, I think no one has the knowledge of astrology
Actually,
because
actually, what I
no one has Rohit,
actually,
decoded the books. No one has
yes,
gone to Vedas and got the research done there.
but you said the right thing. You told a very good story. See, if one army person or one police person is going to some encounter place to fight some, and his boss will tell, oh, that people will also put fire on you. So what he will do? He will do the bulletproof jacket here. He will wear bulletproof jacket. That doesn't mean that he will go now and bullet will not come. That is destined. Bullet will come. But now this time, this bulletproof jacket will stop that bullet and he will be saved. So what you told is Mahamrityunjay mantra is a bulletproof jacket. In Durga Sapshati, there is a Durga Kavach, that is a bulletproof jacket. Argala Stotra, Mangala Stotra, all your bulletproof jackets.
Right.
And now, I think if we put video, some 10,000 people, 50,000 people will see this video. What about the 800 crore people? So this is one, the God will send this video to the people who want to whom God want to save the people. So always when we make video, I never, you see, I never, only one time in 10 times I say, oh, share this video. Why I say share this video? Because when you share this kind of videos, especially our videos, transit videos for all 12 signs, somebody can be saved. You have to just one click on Facebook or WhatsApp or wherever you have to send that link, but somebody will be saved if he or she will see his ascendant or her ascendant, and he or she will do remedies, and he or she will be saved as you told the story. Then who will take that punya? Whosoever is sharing that video will also be the part of that punya thing. So right said, we have to wear these jackets, bulletproof jackets. That is Mahamrityunjay mantra. That is a mantra which has a win on a death. Mahamrityunjay. So I request all of you, please do, instead of your ascendant, do Durga Sapshati, do Mahamrityunjay mantra, do Ganpati mantra. Rest I wish everyone very good transit for you.
Yeah,
So
also,
Akashji, net now.
also
Ji?
Rohiji, because Mars rules their first house, so they should put red soil in water, mix it, make it a
Or red chandan. They
or
can also put red chandan.
red chandan,
Red chandan.
and but red soil is more effective. Red soil, and then put that water on Lord Shiva,
Sure.
the Shivlinga. That will be very big.
Or you can put gulal, or you can put sindoor, whatsoever.
Anything red, related to red. Beetroot juice, anar juice.
Beetroot juice, anar juice, but also put again water to shuddha the shivling after this thing. Thank you, Akashi, for all these magical and beautiful remedies. Now let's further move as taking into consideration that your consultation is also very near now, and we are on the ninth sign now, Sagittarius people. So, what this conjunction of Rahu and Mercury, the conjunction of illusion and brain, when will come together for the Sagittarius people, in again we say the first house is a mind, but minded fifth house is also mind. That we say, that's why we say this is house of creativity, because creativity is here. So when this conjunction again going to happen here for Sagittarius people, what will happen from 31st March to 7 June, 68 days, Akash?
Guruji here, Sagittarius, fifth house gets active. Okay, Rahu comes in the fifth house and looks at the 11th house. Good position for Rahu because Rahu loves giving material wealth to you, gains, and all that kind of stuff. And then it will give gains also to you because it is looking at the 11th house. But because this is the house of creativity and using your brain, Mercury here is also giving you good results. Okay, Mercury may give good results. Now, before moving and giving the prediction of or any the ideas of this house, let's see what is happening actually. It is not so simple as it looks. Rahu and Mercury will get conjunct from 31st of March till 7th of June 2023 for 68 days. Okay, and these 68 days are very crucial. And this is the time that Mercury in this transit is getting retrograde as well. Duke, my dog is playing with toy, doing poo 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 poo.
Let him play because he's all alone at home.
But he's making me like, oh, Duke, oh. So Rahu and one second, come. Oh, he was just saying that I wanted to come in the video. He just wanted to say that I want to come in the video.
He's now star all around the world. He daily comes for guest appearance.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Good boy. Good. Good. Play. Yeah. Sorry, Sagittarius people. Yeah. So it is going to be transit for 68 days, and there will be lots of ups and downs during this period because Mercury is getting retrograde as well. So if you are taking any, if you are doing any startups, because it's from the house of startups, right? So you should not get into it right now till Mercury is retrograde. Let Mercury pass from this place. Now, Mercury, in this, there are few major events also happening during this transit of 68 days. And the first major event is that Mars will, before this transit, only Mars will go into Gemini and Mercury will come into Aries on 31st in 17 days. So now what happens here, Rohitji, is that Rashi Parivartan Yoga happens. Okay. When Mercury and Rahu are also together, it is called Madhya Yoga. You can read a lot. You can make like videos on Madhya Yoga. It is the time when there is a lot of illusion in your mind, Madhya Yoga, because both have a lot of good brains and both are smarter than each other. Okay, Rahu considers Mercury as very neutral, no, not very good friend, not very bad friend. In my Mercury also the same, because Mercury is non-opinionated. He does not have opinion about anyone in the world. It is just the karaka of knowledge. It gives you knowledge. It gives you the ability to remember something. It gives you the ability to think, and then wisdom is given by Jupiter to us. So there is a lot of planets who have very simple single roles. Now Rahu Mercury, so Mars will transit, there will be Parivartan Yog. Then Rahu, Mercury, and Sun will conjunct in Aries. Now here, good part is coming that in the fifth house, Sun will come and get exalted. So very good news related to your children if you are going through exams. So this is the time of results, getting results and exams. So here they might be doing very, very, very good, and you will get very positive news for them. And Rahu, and on 22nd of April, Rohitji, Rahu, Sun, Mercury, and Jupiter, everyone will be stellium in the fifth house. And here Jupiter is transiting, and it brings very very good results for the, because it is the ascendant lord and coming and sitting in the fifth house. The fifth house is also the house of luck, because when we see ninth from ninth, fifth house is the house where you can feel like very lucky in some way, that yeah, some luck is in your favor, things are going. But Rahu will put you into illusion because you will be constantly fighting with Sun. Jupiter will be controlling Rahu. Okay, Mercury and Jupiter are not getting together, so there is lot of problems also. That's why nothing new should be started. Everything which is running, you need to take wise decisions, and your creativity and everything will be either very very extraordinary high, or it will be, you will feel you're creative, but other people will say that this is a stupid person. So because it is illusion, you feel that, oh, this is very nice, I am making this decision, I want to invest this money here, and my money will become double. But that will be Akshay Kumar and Paresh Rawal and Sunil Shetty. They will make your money double in one day. They will run away from you with that money. So nothing gets double. What needs to get double is your hard work and your spirituality. Because fifth house is the house of spirituality, house of dharma. It is the ninth from the ninth. So it is the seen active dharma, that how involved are you in your dharma. And it is the house of mantra chanting. Here, very solidly, like Durga Saptati, when you are listening to it, chant with it. When you are also listening to any Ganesha mantra, chant Om Gan Ganpate Namaha. Do that. And when Jupiter enters, say Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. And the mother of all is Mahamrityunjay mantra. It can make you come up from any problems in your life, any sudden events that are going to take place. Okay. And the ascendant lord is Jupiter, and very good upay. I can give it to you that take a bowl of water and put there a little bit of turmeric or kesar and go and pour it on Jupiter. Sorry, go and pour it on Lord Shiva, the Shivlinga. So that can bring you good results. So Sagittarius people, very very good time when Sun gets exalted here. Lot of good success. Rahu will make lot of money, but unless and until you are dharmic, or maybe if you are taking any decisions of a startup, you need to wait right. Those people who are not getting a job, very good, because this is the house of Purva Punya. If you have done some good karmic things in your life, you will get a job also. Everything is in your favor. Yes, Rohit.
Yes, good remedies given by you. I was just reading in the morning that as today is Mahashivratri and you are telling about the remedies of Mahadev. He's above call. He's sorry. He's above Kal. Hindi. My English going good and Hindi going bad with you. He's above Kal. That is, he's called Mahakal. So he just can save you from death. And in Mahakal Ujjain, today morning when this is Shivratri, up to 6 a.m., you mark my words, up to 6 a.m., 2 lakh people did darshan there. You see how people are following the Mahadev on this day. So let's move on to the next ascendant, Capricorn ascendant, and this transit, this conjunction will happen in their fourth house, and what they will get from 31st March to 6th June. Let's see for Capricorn ascendant people.
Yes, Rohitji, 1 second here. So for Capricorn ascendant people, Rahu and Mercury will be conjuncting in your fourth house. There will be conjunction in the fourth house, and it is happening on 31st of March 2023 till 7th of June 2023 for almost 68 days. And during this period, Mercury will also be retrograde. Okay, and that will be the first retrogression of Mercury for this year. Mercury generally goes retrograde 3 times a year. And what the major, and in this retrogression period from 21st April to 14th May, make sure that no real estate related or no vehicle related decision should be made, because Mercury is in the fourth house. Now let's see the major events that are happening with this conjunction. Mars is transiting into Gemini on 13th of March. That is the house of Mercury, and Mercury is transiting into the house of Mars on 31st of March. So Mars is already transited, and Mercury, once they transit, it will be Rashi Parivartan Yoga. Okay. The second yoga which is formed here is called Madhya Yoga, when Rahu and Rahu and Venus both will be together. The third yoga which will be formed here is Buddha Aditya Yoga. Okay. And the fourth yoga that will be formed here is Guru Chandal Yoga. So there is yoga and yoga only. Because Mars is transiting, so Rashi Parivartan Yoga happens. So then Rahu, Mercury, and Sun will conjunct. In Aries, Buddha Aditya Yoga will happen. And that we also have to consider degrees for it. But yeah, it is going to happen over when the degrees are in the right position. And when Rahu, Sun, Mercury, and Jupiter will be stellium in Aries, that is 4 planets come together. So all the yogas will be together. Guru Chandal Yoga, Buddha Aditya Yoga, Madhya Yoga, everything will be together. 1 second. You, how? Come on. How on the beta? It's cold. Come on. Come on. Okay. 1 second, रोहित जी मुझे ना लेना पड़ेगा अंदर. Yeah. Sorry. Sorry. Yeah. So So there are four yogas happening, and when Jupiter will enter this place, it will be so much overwhelmed with Rahu and with Mercury and with because Rahu will make Guru Chandal Yoga and Mercury does not get along, and Sun will make it combust when it is entering the house. So a lot of things which we have to bring into consideration for these 68 days, or maybe after 22nd of April. We have also made the video of Jupiter transiting into the signs on 22nd of April. Now, Rohiji, moving forward, let's talk about this conjunction, the Madhya Yoga, that both these planets are forming in the fourth house. Fourth house Rahu is generally not considered good because here the energy of moon is present in the fourth house, right? It is the Pakka Ghar of moon, the fourth house according to Lal Kitab. So here it gives trouble to mother, health related problems to mother, and even health related problem to father because it is looking in the 10th house. Ninth and 10th both are the houses where we see father and fatherly figures or gurus from. So here it gives that problem. But because it looks in the 10th house, it gives professional growth. So there is always a positive side and negative side of a planet. The positive side is that it will give you professional growth, it will give you status in the society, but suddenly in your home, domestic peace and happiness, you will not be happy. Now, Mercury sitting here, we have to see the house which Mercury rules, the sixth house, where Mars is sitting with the Rashi Parivartan Yoga, and the ninth house. Mercury and Rahu, because it is bad here, now this conjunction can give them foreign related travel. If someone wants to do higher learning, this is the time when Mercury will be favorable for them and give them higher learning related prospects. They might get into some courses or some higher education or MBAs or whatnot. So many courses nowadays, you can't even, there are many courses. So you can get into such kind of things. Domestic peace will be a little bit compromised at this time, but after Sun comes here, after Sun gets exalted here, then there will be also, he will create a yoga for you to get into real estate business. Now, no, business is buy real estate or buy a vehicle or buy something, and it will, because fourth house, it will try to restore your domestic happinesses. But we have to be careful here that Sun and Rahu are here, and Sun and Rahu and Guru will be here with Guru Chandal Yoga. So, if your decision is done in very much haste and without thinking, without reading the pros and cons of it, you might fall into a lot of trouble. So, very, very wisely, you have to move here. Okay, once, unless and until Jupiter comes in this house, do not sign anything, do not do any kind of signature or anywhere. In fact, because Jupiter also rules your 12th house, so such people, if some of your friends are in trouble, or if they are into, they want a bail or they want some money, no, you cannot give them right now. It will be proved very, very disturbing and very, very bad for yourself. So, Rohitji, here nothing should be done right now. Everything should be just, you should just chill and relax and do nothing at this period. Okay, just focus on your career and do a lot of remedies which will restore your mental peace, which Rahu can take and mother related problem can occur. And that is by doing the mantra of Maha Mrityunjay, because see, Mercury rules the sixth house of diseases, so we want to run away from it. Secondly, because this is the house of Saturn, and I gave a very good remedy, I learned a very good remedy, that putting Neel, that means putting, what do you call Neel? It's a blue substance which is
Blue,
used.
blue
One
color.
drop is used to in water. What is it called in English, Luigi? I cannot remember. It is a
It's
cash.
near.
It is a cash crop.
I think this is a kind of plant.
Yeah,
Neil.
it's a cash crop, Luigi.
Okay. Or
And
they can put blue flowers in that.
blue flowers also is good. Anyways,
We can check.
yeah. So Neel is something which you put in water, a drop, it becomes blue. And Shivji is also called Neelkant. So you can pour that water on Shivling, it will give you good results. Other than that, you can also Do the Durga Sapsati for your mother's health, right? For improving your mother's health, Durga Sapsati will help you.
Is
And
it made from indigo fera?
indigo, exactly, indigo. Indigo
Indigo fera.
cash crop, and it is made indigo. It is made from indigo, and the color is also indigo kind of color.
Right.
So that is very good thing. If you go to any Indian grocery store, you tell them we need Neel Ujala. There is a brand called Ujala. It brings gets Neel for you, but it is chemically treated, but doesn't matter. You can even put poison to Lord Shiva. He happily accepts it. Everything. Because he owns everything in this world. So for your mother, Durga Saptati is very important. And other than that, Rohitji, for Mercury, for taking good decisions, doing the chanting for Lord Ganesha will be very, very blissful at this period.
Okay. So let's move on to the next ascendant. For Capricorn ascendant, it's all done, and you have to do these remedies, and you will get good results, or you will not get the bad results. Mahamchandra Mantra, Durga Sapshati, and praying to Lord Shiva, and of course Lord Ganesha. So let's move on to the another sign of Aquarius ascendant, that is again the sign of Saturn. So what this transit or conjunction we can say of Rahu and Mercury, which is going to happen from 31st March to 7th June, 68 days for Aquarius ascendant people in third house, Akashji.
Rohiji again, Rahu and Mercury will be transiting in the third house. This is the best position for Rahu I have ever seen. It gives a lot of creativity, courage, and so many things. It also rises, the destiny rises for people who have Rahu in the third house. Third house Rahu is very comfortable. In third house Rahu is very, very comfortable. But this period is not so simple. We have to see many other factors. From 31st of March till 7th of June, Mercury will be transiting in this house, in the third house, for Aquarius ascendant, and it will be here for 68 days. This conjunction will be there for 68 days. And in between, Mercury will also get retrograde. Okay, retrograde for 21st April to 14th of May, it will be retrograde in retrograde position. So, in retrograde position, please do not make any communication or any kind of commitment to anything because it can create problem, and you do not need to sign anything right now. You do not need to go ahead anything and do anything right now. You just need to wait till the right time comes. In if Because third house is the house of impatience net also. You are not impatient. It also is the ability to think because it is the house of communication. So here you will be easily trapped, or maybe people can trap you. Now, Rohitji, there are four yogas happening here. The first yoga is Madhya Yoga, when as soon as Rahu and Mercury will conjunct. It's called Madhya Yoga. That means it's a very Samanya yoga. It is the yoga where, according to the text or according to all the research done on this yoga, it is the yoga where the soul can become a little weak and when it can be possessed by demons. But that nothing such that if you are getting possessed by demons, but this is like you might be possessed from negative energy, or you might be very much irritated or frustrated in your mind because of this kind of conjunction. But there is a positive aspect that this conjunction gives a lot of money. The conjunction of Rahu and Mercury is supposed to give a lot of money because you will be smart at this time, maybe over smart, so you can lose money also, but money incoming is there. And in this period, just see the major event that is happening and why money will come. I will give that explanation also why money, because I cannot just say money will come and what is the reason, right? So now Mars transits into Gemini on the 13th of March 2023, and Mercury is transiting on 31st March. So that means, Rohitji, before, okay, sorry, before even Mercury transits, Mars will be in the house of Mercury, and Mercury will come into the house of their Rashi Parivartan. So why money will come? Because the fifth house is the Lakshmi Trikon, and the fifth house and the third house will have exchange of lords. That means money is promised for the third house because Mars will get good effects. Mars will say, take whatever you want, whatever I have. And Mercury will say, take whatever you have. That means result to your children or to your education or creativity or starting new something new or ideating of new business will be very, very fruitful at this time. Not starting, not signing any papers, but ideating that, oh, let's start something, let's make a plan. Making a plan will be successful for you. And after that, Rahu, Mercury, and Sun will conjunct. So Sun will become exalted here. Your relationships will suddenly come into very good play. Your relationship will start to heal. You will be in so much of courage and power that you will be wanting to take as much as risk possible, but you have to wait for taking a risk, because here Rahu will give you illusion, can give you illusion, and then your risk taking ability at this time can be of negative impact. It can turn the events in a way which will be not fruitful for you. After that, Rohitji, on 22nd of April, Rahu, Sun, Mercury, Jupiter, everyone comes and this house gets crowded, and there is stellium in this house, and there will be so much chaos because three yogas will be running parallel. Guru Chandal Yoga, Rahu, and what you say, Budh Aditya Yoga, Guru Chandal Yoga, Madhya Yoga, and um Madhya Yoga, Guru Chandal Yoga. One more yoga.
Buddha Yoga.
Budh Aditya Yoga. Yes. So all these things will be running parallelly in this house. So that means there will be lot of chaos and fight between the planets, the big war. That I will give this and this, I will take this, I will give this, I will take this. How can you take this? How I will give this? Lot of discussions between these planets. But only thing that can save you is dharma. All the planets who come here will be looking at your ninth house. So you have to follow dharma, you have to follow spirituality, you have to respect your guru, you have to everything which you have done or which you are doing right now. When the planets will come into the position to give you results, they are looking at the 9,000. From there also, they are taking lot of what you say accounts, that what has this done, how has he treated his father, what is happening with his like guru, and is he spiritual, is he doing dharma, is he doing donation, is he doing charity, so that kind of things are also taken into consideration. And we have just taken one drishti because we want to take only one drishti right now, because moon Rahu, according to some text, has no drishti, but according to Parashara has three drishtis. It's fifth, it's ninth, and it's fifth. Ruji kya hai? Fifth, seventh, and ninth. And
I
for
think
Ketu also fifth, seventh, and ninth. And for some people say that they do not have drishti at all. So
some
we,
people say they just control the three houses
yes,
from where they sit. They control, I
there's
think.
a lot of controversy and lot of research needs to be done. And according to Parashara, what he says is that three
We have to
drishtis
make a
of,
special individual video for Rahu Ketu aspects. We
yeah,
will tell all people's saying in that. Whatever people
whatever
saying, we will
these
just combine it.
Vedas says, whatever our Yajurved says, and whatever Parashara says, or whatever Gemini says. So there is very
Whatever
different,
Ravan
different.
Sanhita says.
Ravan Sahita also has a very big chapter on Rahu and Ketu. I'm reading that.
And above all, what K.N. Raoji says. So
K. N.
this
Rao
is
ji says they
modern
have no
father of
drishti.
modern astrology.
K. N. Rao says they have no drishti. Rahu and Ketu are never given drishti, but the effects are there in some of the houses. That is why in Parashara we consider drishti. But whenever you are looking at Rahu and Ketu, look at their individual state, not at their drishtis. Okay.
Right.
So every day we are
Okay.
learning. We also made Rahu Ketu video where we took all the drishtis and this. Some guy wrote on his, "You are Ayoga stupid. Rahu Ketu does not have any drishti." I replied to them saying that there are 10, 15 theories that Rahu has only one drishti. Some people say Rahu is exalted in Virgo. Some people say it is exalted in Taurus. Okay, so there are so many things. But overall, Rahu is not exalted in Taurus, no, exalted in Taurus, because I have seen that Rahu does not give any kind of results to those people who have Rahu in Taurus. Only good result, not so very results which can cause
But
harm to them.
one very interesting thing which I read in commonly in all books, the Mool Trikon sign of Rahu is Cancer sign. That is thing which is very surprising for me, because Rahu Moon are never friends. But
Yeah.
I read this thing commonly all where that Mool Trikon sign of Rahu is Cancer. So whenever Rahu in Cancer, he never do wrong
Toji, there are many, many theories, man.
there.
we have to see, and when we do a chart reading or when we ask someone, so I ask them questions that when Rahu is sitting in the fourth house, for example, right? Even it is sitting in Taurus, I ask them, is your mother health okay? Is your mother
Hmm.
suffering from chronic diseases? If she says no, she's very okay and everything is good, then I'm like, okay, Rahu is giving good results here. But if I say your mother health, how is it? If they say no, it is bad, she has cancer, and Rahu in Taurus also gives bad results. So Rohit, it's very, very, I think we don't even know
One
one.
individual video is must needed on that. Eh?
Yeah. And I think Roji, we don't even know 1% about planets. Every research which is done on planets were done in one book, and after that everyone is just making up. No, there is no new research.
No
Like the
new
thing
research.
which I learned, that putting Neel or putting the matti, the lal water on Lord Shiva, it was not any book. This is like personal research. We have to come up with research, right, Rohit?
Right.
Anyways,
Okay.
so for Aquarius, this is what you may get according to the placement of Rahu and Mercury. You will be courageous. You will be having a lot of power, but making decision at this period of time and using your brain to do something, you should just avoid. Okay.
Yes, the one more
Also,
thing I want to warn this Aquarius ascendant people is that because third house is a house of social media. If you are a YouTuber, if you are a vlogger, if you are a blogger, be cautious in these 68 days. Otherwise, Rahu will illusion your mind and you can write or speak something or put something like that which people don't like, and you know you will get loss of subscribers or people will just criticize you on social media. So this is where you have to take care also.
zero.
Okay, so let's move on to the concluding sign, which is a 12th sign of Pisces ascendant, and Jupiter is a Lord. So this is going to happen in again very, I can say, the house which is a house of Vani, house of speaking, house of family, and so many things. So what this Rahu plus Mercury conjunction going to bring for Pisces ascendant from 31st March to 7 June, 68 days. Akash ji will tell you this thing.
With this 68 days of conjunction, and that 68 days is not as simple as just conjunction. There is a lot of things happening in between them, which I have noted down. Okay. Number one, the transit is going to happen from 31st of March till 7th of June for 68 days. Secondly, from 21st of April till 14th of May, Mercury will be in retrograde position, and that will be the first retrograde position in 2023. Mercury generally retrogrades 3 times a year. Okay. So it will be in retrograde position. So this is the time when your mouth should be shut for any other people who are Pisces, because it is in the second house. The second house is the house of communication, of speech. You can say something bad and something bad can happen to you. No speaking. Secretly, some enemy will try to trouble you. Just relax. Don't say anything bad or good or backbit biting or doing nothing at this stage. And there are a lot of major events that are happening in this house, in Aries in 2023. So now, firstly, we'll say that a Parivartan Yoga is happening, right? That Mars is going into the house of Gemini, and Mercury is coming into the house of Mars. So it is happening like Mars is happening later, Mars is happening earlier, and Mercury is happening later. So from 31st of March, the Parivartan Yoga gets active. So that means Mars will give very good results related to your fourth house, like relief to your mother, like good dealings in land or car or gains, domestic happiness, peace. And same way, Mercury will give good results related to the second house, that is speech, family, and money. Bank balance will increase. Fourth house, if it is looking, that means secretly you will get some money, or suddenly you will get some money, and your bank balance increases. Now, Rahu, Mercury, and Sun conjunction in Aries will happen on 14th of April. That means Sun will come to this house and get exalted. Okay, it will come in 10 degrees and get exalted. But yeah, Sun is here, so that means it's a benefic house for Sun. Now, Rohiji, all the things which I'm talking about, you have to see degree also in effect, because unless and until Sun reaches 10 degree here, it will not be exalted. On 10 degrees in Aries, Sun gets exalted, and same way in Sun 10 degrees in Taurus, it gets debilitated. Every planet has that same thing. The maths is very clear. Then after that, Rohitji, when Sun comes here, again very good for your money, for your what do you say, for money related things, or for some social awareness. People will know about you, that this person exists, or somebody has done some achievement. Second house is also the house of achievement. It means the results of the fourth house in a way, because it is if you see, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11, so it is the house of gains for your domestic peace and happiness. That is why it is called bank balance, right, Rohit? It is called bank balance because that is the place from where you can get domestic happiness any time you require it. So Rohit, here after this, when Jupiter also comes here, there will be a trillium of four planets in the same house, and this is going to be very challenging, because letting you, because uh, the second house will be so much crowded with these four planets, that there will be a lot of problem for you to take decisions related to any asset management. Like if you have any assets, you want to sell them, keep them, or maybe a decision in your family to move out, to move to a different place, or to stay in the same place, or to send your kids for education, this that everything will be so much in. Ideally everyone should do everything after 22nd of April, when Jupiter, 27th of April, when Jupiter is out of combust mode and becomes active there. Now second house related stuff which I mentioned, Pisces, is that you have to be quiet. Mon Vrata is a very good remedy for you at this period of time, because Rahu is sitting there. It will be sitting on your mouth, on the words which are coming out of your mouth. So sometimes you may say something which will be irreversible. Okay, but Rahu, Mercury, and when Sun will come and Jupiter will come, they will look in your eighth house. All of the planets are looking in the eighth house of inheritance, eighth house of sudden ups and downs, eighth house of judgment. So if you are into a court case, legal case, XYZ, as soon as Sun comes here, there will be judgment. Suddenly there will be an event where someone will come to just compromise with you. So such kind of things will happen. Even if you are looking for inheritance, things were delayed, but Rahu looking here and with the power of Mercury, your brain will become active, and sometimes something like inheritance you will get. Money is coming your way because of the Parivartana Yoga. So four yogas are happening: Guru Chandal Yoga, Parivartan Yoga, Madhya Yoga, and Buddhaditya Yoga. So this is what happening till 22nd of April. So from 31st of March till 22nd of April, you have to be very cautious. Sometimes there will be times when you will be doing very good. Sometimes you will be very bad. So it's a very mixed kind of transit for all the people who has Pisces ascendant. Only when Lagnesh comes and sits in the second house after 22nd of April, your money will be getting fruitful to you. You will be using that money to get comfort and get luxury. Before that, you will just be in so many things, and you will, sometimes we work so hard that we don't even have time to eat food when the food is in front of us. That is the thing which will happen. Rohiji,
So
this, yeah.
best thing for the Pisces people is to just seal this thing for 68 days, and anything if you want to speak to anyone, just say Ram, 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 Ram,
Yes.
Ram.
Rohiji, if you can give remedies, because I am tired now. You know the
Okay.
remedies.
The remedies, this is the end of the video, and remedies for all ascendant and going to give you at one time. Number one, just go to temple daily, offer jal to Lord Shiva, put chandan on shivling, put bilpatra if you got. Second, give durba, this three leaf grass, to Ganeshji, offer him to Ganeshji and chant Om Gan Ganpate Namah, and then read Durga Sapshati part whenever you get time, in morning, afternoon, evening, before sleeping. But do just with all Shuddh Vastra and with Shuddh thing, because it's written in Durga Sapshati, because you have to done in a purest form. Don't do in unpurest form. This will reverse the effects. So do all these things, you will get the relief. And we pray and we hope from AC Astro team that this conjunction, this transit will going to give you good effect. If there are any bad effects, then you do these remedies and the bad effects will be minimized or will be finished. And happy conjunction for you, happy transit for you. Thank you very much for watching this video. And once again, before taking leave from you people, just note down the details we given there. for consultations. If you want to take personal consultations, acs2channel@gmail.com, or send your details on the WhatsApp number given there, and our team will surely will revert you whenever they will get time according to the time zone, because Akash is in Canada, you will be in some other country, so that will be the difference. Thank you, Akashji. Thank you for your valuable
Thank you
time,
so much,
for
Rohitji.
your valuable explanation. We'll meet you in next video or in next live whenever it will happen. Till then, Namaskar, Jai Shri
Jai
Ram,
Shri Ram, Jai
Jai
Ho.
Hanuman, Jai Mata, Om Namah Shivaya, Jai Mata.
Om Namah Shivaya.